Okay, so hopefully by now you went and you colored every other one, the color you chose, and you can see that I have lightly colored in purple in the other sections of my orange rows that I have here. So I have all those colored in, every other one is colored in. Now I'm going to go back and pick two different colors for the other sections. So I'm going to start here. I'm just going to pick green. And I'm going to very lightly color in again every other section, and I'm going to go as lightly as I can. And I can't stress enough how important it is to be light with your hand. And if you need to practice on other paper first, please do so you are not going to have to redo the assignment because you did not use a light hand. So I'm very carefully coloring that in using the lightest hand I can. I'm going every other one again with green. Like so, and I'm using a light hand to do that. Okay, so as you can see, I now have my entire drawing colored in. I have my orange and purple rows or sections, and then I have my green and yellow sections. You can choose whatever color combinations you want. Here's now, it's all done very lightly. So now here's where you're going to go back and start adding the detail. This job is not for the impatient folk, so you need to get in the frame of mind. This is going to take you quite a bit of time. So I'm going to go in here, and I'm going to start with this orange one. And just like in the wormies, we wanted to leave a highlight in the middle. Well, our highlight now is going to be the light orange. I'm going to use a little bit of a harder hand to make this darker right here. And on each side, I'm going to make it a little darker. And I'm going to keep making it a little darker on the sides. And I'm going to keep going that way. And as I get closer to the middle, I'm going to leave a nice little highlight there. So you're going to go darker, and you're going to lift your hand up and try to go over it again, but you're not going to keep the same pressure. So it's going to be darker on the sides, and you're going to try to get a little lighter as you go up to the center. So keeping that as my baseline here, I'm going to go dark on my sides, and I could go do that on both at the same time, both sides. Make sure I get nice and dark at the corners, and then as I work to the middle, I can lift my hand up a little bit and not make it as heavy. This way, you're going to get a nice shaded section where it has a nice little highlight, and you can see now the highlight's running through from here to here. So I would continue doing that with all my orange first, making sure that I did make a nice little crisp line right here where it hits the other colors. And then I would make sure I lift my hand up or use less pressure as I get towards the center. I would do all the orange first, and then I would go back and do another color. But for our purposes and to speed things along, I'm going to do the purple next to show what that looks like. So again, I'm going to nice and dark on the sides, and I can make sure I make that enough dark so it looks like it is popping out of the page. And then as I get closer to the center, I will lighten my pressure on that colored pencil. And I'm going to try to follow my line that I started making with my orange all the way through. And then I'm going to try it again over here. Again, dark. And then we're going to try to lighten the pressure and so it's not as dark, but continue being darker. The highlight, there's no highlight to show on this purple one because it's off the page. So I'm going to try to make sure it matches this intensity. And over here, it's going to be pretty dark the entire way because it's completely off the page. So you can see what it's going to kind of look like. So this one is going in, and these are popping out. So I would go ahead and do all the orange first, and then I do all the purple. But for our purposes, I'm going to go ahead and do one of the yellow and the green, so you can kind of see what the final product is going to look like. So I open this box up and there's not a single sharpened yellow pencil. So I'm going to quickly sharpen it. Let's see here. Okay. So if I start with the yellow, I remember I'm going to start heavy on these corners or the edges, and I'm going to lift it, my pressure up as I get to the center. Okay, and I should do the green so you can see what that looks like. And the first one always kind of tells you where your highlight or shine is going to be. So like this one's showing me my highlight's going to start here and going off this direction. So I'm going to start again, my green, making sure I get these corners over here, these edges, nice and dark. And then I'm going to lift my pressure up as I bring my hand up as I go to lighten it. And I'm going to try to find that shine that I had before, the other one, so it is continuous as it goes through. And you can already see it starting to make that shine go through. When you're all done, it's going to look like it's almost like ribbons of color, some coming up and some flowing down. Okay, remember, you are now set free to finish this project. Please take your time and then practice that colored pencil technique before you actually do it on your paper. All right, thank you.